I'm so excited to have you in this little studio. I know it's a little bit messy, and then I know we can postpone it because you were in Paris. And then my team, someone have a broken foot. So it's just been like forever to make this happen. But I'm so glad that we are here today. And guess what? Today's International Boba Day, so we're gonna go get boba later.
I had no idea, but I know you love boba.
Yes, and I was gonna get you one, but I wasn't sure, like, because you're such an expert in skincare, and then I wasn't sure, like, am I gonna like not bring in sugar because maybe sugar is bad for your skin? I have no idea. So anyway, so we can talk about it. So Maya, tell us about how you got started in the skincare, and then I know obviously it's from your family and so on, but like, tell me the story, how you even got here.
Of course. Well, I always say I got into skincare, into the industry when I was 14 because I had cystic acne as a teenager, and I would do anything to treat my acne. And you know, like, you study all the products, you research everything, you know all the ingredients, you really become a student of it because you're trying to treat your own acne. So I started in skincare at 14 out of necessity because I wanted to treat my own acne. And then fast forward, you know, I'm 25 years old. I'm helping my father, who's a doctor, in his medical grade skincare line. And then he unexpectedly passes away. And I find myself a 25-year-old who has acne as the CEO of a skincare company.
25 when your father passed away?
25.
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. Wow.
Thank you. I always say that most of my friends were trying to figure out what they were going to do this weekend, and I was there running a company at 25. I had so much responsibility so early. And, you know, forget even the company, my family. You know, when you lose your dad, I mean, my family, we really depended on my dad, not only financially, emotionally, for advice, for career advice, for school advice, for emotional support. I mean, he was our best friend. So it was just a lot of responsibility at an early age, I would say.
Well, before we started, I was like, you have really nice skin. I have no idea that, you know, as a teenager, you know, how we're so insecure growing up, especially when we're 14. I think that's when we like boy, right? So it must be hard for you to have that. And then at age 25, your father, who's like the supporter of the one that kind of helped the whole family. Yeah. Was it expected or it was unexpected?
It was very unexpected.
Wow. That's even worse. So unexpectedly, and it's like someone had to take over. And you didn't have brother, sister, anybody older? Or?
No, I was the oldest one.
You're the oldest one.
It was very unplanned. What that taught me is have a plan. So I always tell people, you know, have your will ready, have your things ready, because you never know, especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
I would say our situation was really bad. Honestly, it was so messy.
Did you know you wanted to be in the skincare? Did you know you were going to take over?
No.
So it wasn't even...
I was actually studying to get my MBA when my dad passed away.
Oh, wow.
I had to put that school away, that idea of school away, because I had to step in, of course, and, you know, run the business, because I knew that the product was so good and I did not want to let this company slip away. I knew that I had to commit to it and that I would have to focus on it and like keep it alive. And I think also for me, I have a connection to the company because it's my dad's legacy.
Yeah. What was the product that you really believe in and that your dad was working on?
Yeah. So what we're really known for is the VI peel, and it's a revolutionary treatment. There's nothing else like it in the world, and we are the first on the market in so many ways. And my dad literally invented this product. He created it himself in his office in Miami, and I was the inspiration for the product because of my acne. So you know, my acne again inspired something good. So the world has a way of working out. And also what makes our treatment really special, I would say the most special, is that we can treat all skin tones. So we can treat ethnic skin safely and that was very unusual, especially when we're talking 20 years ago. There was nothing on the market that you could treat all skin tones. Not only because I have ethnic skin, but also his office was in Miami. Miami's a melting pot.
Exactly. And then I was going to say a lot of those treatment, they were saying that if you have darker skin, it's really hard to treat IPL, laser treatment and stuff like that, right? So it's same thing with this.
Yes, exactly. And so what happens sometimes with these other treatments, they can actually cause hyperpigmentation or even hypopigmentation, which is when the pigment goes away and it looks like white spots. But people with darker skin, ethnic skin, it's not even darker, it's just ethnic skin, can have more risk involved, especially with those treatments that use heat, like you mentioned, IPL, laser. They can cause more inflammation, and they can actually make the thing you're trying to treat worse. It's really bad, and I've seen bad things happen to people with ethnic skin. Like, you really have to be careful.
So the product your dad come up with, would that be like a chemical peel?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the VI peel is a chemical peel. And basically what a chemical peel is it's a proprietary formula of ingredients, mostly acids.
That's why so that's why I haven't tried that because I
acids.
Was exactly, like
you.
kind of burn your skin. So
but you know what? So anyway, it's a formula made of acids, other ingredients as well, and basically what these ingredients do is they cause a deep exfoliation of your skin. That's really what it is at the end of the day, a deep exfoliation.
Okay.
And that causes your skin to literally slough off physically, peel off, and new baby skin cells come to fruition. And that is why you'll have beautiful new skin from the chemical peel.
I know, but the idea that having like ugly skin for like a week walking around is hard. Is this gonna take this long to?
It's really like a couple days.
Oh, okay.
And truly, the first peel you do, sure, I understand. You're nervous. You want to see what it's like before you go into the real world, you know. You have to get comfortable with it. I've done so many peels that I don't care. I go out while I'm peeling. No one really notices.
Oh, wow.
And you can wear makeup.
Oh, you can wear makeup on top of that?
You can wear makeup. Yes.
Okay.
So if I planned poorly and somehow I ended up in a meeting and it's like day 3 and I'm peeling profusely, I still have to go to these meetings. I don't skip. I mean, I really don't. Yeah. And I just put makeup on, wear my hair down. And honestly, I think people are paying a lot less attention to you than we think. I think, you know what I mean?
No, this is something I need to work on. You're totally right. Like it's all in my head. Yeah. But that was the reason why I haven't tried chemical peel, because I thought my skin gonna be peeling off while I'm in the middle of a meeting or something like that, and I can be out. But then I guess you can put makeup on it.
And also, I say for the working women, the best time to do it is a Thursday, because then
you have the weekend off.
You'll peel Saturday, Sunday, and by Monday you're not peeling.
Oh, that's quick.
Yes, it's really quick, I promise. And there's moisturizer, so you can hide it really well. Most of the skin comes off when you wash your face. A lot of the videos you see online, they're trying to go viral. And it's fun for, you know, TikTok, Instagram. Like, it does create this viral moment of, like, people's faces falling off. My face never looks like that. Like, if you wash your face...
Yeah, I never seen you like that.
It doesn't look that crazy. Like, those people haven't washed their face or put moisturizer on yet. Yeah. Once you put moisturizer on, it really does hide it.
And then I also follow you on social media, and then I see you as you using yourself as an example. You're like, hey, this is my day 2. This is my day 3. And you still look beautiful. I mean, like, you look fine when I see that. But then I was thinking, okay, well, maybe that's just her. Maybe she's just special because... You know,
I've done so many.
Maybe you're using some other stuff, I don't know, you know?
Like, I have some secrets. Like, listen, I do have, like, some secret tips that I use that I can really hide the peeling really well. I've gotten good at it, I will say. Okay. I've gotten good at it. I've done a lot of peels.
But this is actually not bad at all.
It's not that bad. I would say the first time is the hardest. Just like the first time doing anything is hard. It's the unknown. It's like the new. Yeah. You don't want to mess anything up. One thing I will say, we have an app We have a VI Peel app.
What is that? Okay, tell us about that.
So the patients download the app after they get the peel done, and all their notifications of how to take care of their skin for that week pop up on their phone. All the reminders.
Oh, it's like a reminder. That's
all
awesome.
the reminders. Because of course it also comes with a little booklet, but it's a lot of words, and I know a lot of people just want easy, and it will literally send a notification to your phone. Oh, because there are some directions you have to follow when you go home.
Yeah.
So it makes it really easy, foolproof. You can't mess it up.
And then because I know this is not something you planned on for, to get into the skincare.
Yeah.
This is something that your dad come up with because you were helping you. But how did you got into this? I mean, I know you have no choice pretty much, right? But yeah.
You know, in a lot of ways, I suppose I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, I feel really lucky. I mean, I got to inherit a skincare company.
And it's something you truly believe in.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And it has made a difference in my life. So, you know, you can look at everything in your life in two ways. Like you're forced to do something or you get to do something.
Yeah.
And so I saw this opportunity as a 25-year-old woman to lead a skincare company as a gift. I mean, of course, if I could trade it for having my dad, there's no question. I would trade it in a heartbeat. But I mean, it's an honor to be able to be an entrepreneur. It's an honor to have my own company. It really is. Like, it's such a gift, and I do not take that for granted.
But what was in your head when that happened? Like, okay, I guess I have to be the one who took over the company.
I was scared. I was so scared.
Yeah.
I was so scared, and I operated out of a place of fear for years. Truly. I didn't trust anyone. It was very toxic. My mind was very toxic. I was toxic. Honestly, I was. Yeah. I had a lot of grief, but I didn't know how to handle it.
You didn't have time. How will you have time to grieve when now you have to figure out what you're going to do next, right? Yeah. And then how many employees do you guys have at that time? And just come over and be the CEO. How you lead?
At that time, we weren't that big. We really weren't.
Oh, wow.
This is 11 years ago now. So it's been a long time. I would say we were probably we probably had 15 full-time employees. Mm-hmm. And then we had some sales reps. Some of them were contractors. So I don't know, maybe 30 people, full team. And a lot of them didn't believe in me. I mean,
no offense, but I'm saying you were 25.
Who's gonna try? Yeah,
you and I both will look back. Some 25-year-old coming in to lead the company would be like, "Can she do it?" Right?
Oh, the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
She's got this.
Yeah.
She's not gonna.
Were they insecure about what the future hold for the company? And
there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I don't blame people for feeling that way at all. Like I said, I doubted myself. I was scared out of my mind. Yeah. I didn't want to do it, by the way. I'm introverted, so sorry, I cursed.
Oh, no, it's okay. This is for adult. Don't worry. Okay. You were
being a CEO, I always thought, you need to be this extroverted person. You need to be able to socialize. You need to be in front of people. You need to get on stage, do presentations.
And I see you on stage. I see your presentation. You're amazing. Me either. So this is the reason why we had this conversation, because I think most people think that as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, you are the extrovert. And there's always an image where we present, right? And then we also had to lead the team. So even I'm sure when you have so much doubt in yourself and fear, obviously you can't show that to them, because it's you had to lead them and then make sure they trust you. Yeah. So it's interesting. You also an introvert, and I noticed that a lot of entrepreneurs are introvert. We were trained to be an extrovert.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're not alone. Just want to let you know.
It kind of bothers me when people will say, "Oh, I don't do the things I don't like to do."
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you going to grow? How are you going to learn? Do you think that everything I'm doing I love doing?
Right.
You're very mistaken.
Yeah.
You're very mistaken. I think that people need to get more comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That's a good one. Actually, you know what? That is a good advice for a lot of people out there. I hope hey, anybody listen to this? One of the big takeaway, at least for me, is that people need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think there's a lot of people who's like, oh, I'm going to do whatever. Like you said, people was like, oh, doesn't align with me. I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm not going to do it, and so on.
Of course, if it doesn't match your ethics and values, that's different. Of course. Right. Just want to say.
Yeah. But there's another thing that
if you're not good at it, or you've never done it before, or you're scared. I was scared out of my mind, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And that little girl with acne at 14, if you told her she was going to be a CEO one day, no. She would be shocked and scared because she'd be like, I don't want to be in front of people. I don't want to lead.
Yeah.
I want to be behind. I want to be in the back.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hide. That's what I feel like also. Like, you can't hide, really. Like, you have to lead, like you said.
Yeah.
So I do think when you challenge yourself, do the thing that scares you. It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
You know?
And how you overcome that at that time? Who was your mentor? Do you have anybody that helped you going through that? You're right.
That's a really good point. I've always been the kind of person that asks people for advice, and I love to learn. I'm very curious. I know I don't have all the answers. And so very early on after my dad passed, I did join a group called Vistage.
Okay.
Like literally like a year after he joined. I was 26. And that I had a business mentor, and I would meet with a group of CEOs every month.
Thank God.
And that was a lifesaver.
Yeah. That
was a lifesaver. I actually think I got here partially because I had that.
And then how do was your mom like scared? It's like, oh my God, my daughter had to take over the business, the family business.
So my mom and dad were divorced when my dad passed, but they were still friendly, I would say. And she still really depended on my dad for a lot of things, I would say. But was she, you know what? In the beginning, there were a lot of voices that were like, just sell it.
And you just
a lot of people were like, just sell it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself out. Just sell it. I was like, but then what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know. I looked at it as an opportunity. Like, this could be. I don't know. I really looked at it as a gift.
That's just you. That's because you're brave. Because I would be so scared that I was like, at least it's playing the safe security blanket thing. Because at least in my mind, being 25 and you were saying your sister was much younger, I would just like sell it. At least I have some kind of security. But that doesn't make you grow. And then look what happened from that till now. After 10 years, you obviously grow the company. But and I think that takes a lot of courage, which a lot of people lack of. Like me, myself included, because I think if I was in your situation, I'd be scared. I'd be like, just sell it. At least I'd be okay, you know?
I think I'm also a people pleaser. And I probably said yes to a lot of things because that was my muscle. I would always say yes, yes, yes. You know, I've grown a lot from there. And so I think I was just like, no, I can't say no to this. I have to say yes. I have to do this.
Did your dad expecting you was going to take over if anything happened to him? Like, did you two ever have this conversation where you think that's what your dad you wanted? Well, obviously, he'll still be so proud of you now. I mean, what you have done. But at that time or even before, did you ever have a conversation with him about that?
I was working in the business already.
Okay.
So I suppose that was maybe part of his plan. But no, we didn't have a specific conversation about me becoming CEO, especially that soon.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Sometimes I hear from his friends or colleagues and they all say, wow, what you've done with the brand is amazing. Like, it's come so far. It's so cool to see how much it's grown.
Yeah. How much it grown? Tell us. Like, I know you, expanded rapidly, and then
Yeah.
and obviously you have more sales team, because I see, like I said, I follow your social media. You guys even have training overseas, having people from Asia coming over and teach
Vietnam.
them.
We have an amazing distributor in Vietnam.
To teach them
Yeah.
about this technique, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the product.
Yeah, so, now we have 100 people on our team. Most of them are in LA, but we also have sales reps in, all the major states at least. And we're really building out our sales team.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you did it.
Yeah.
What the hell? How did you do this? Like, I have no idea how this happened.
Well, what would you say? What was the thing that changed from 10 years ago till now? I mean, you must do something right, because obviously the company have grown rapidly so much, and people love working for you, and you have a great team. So what changed, or what, if you really have to think about it, I know you just like, I don't know how I did it. Somehow it just worked. But what was it? What was your leadership style have changed, do you think?
Well, I think curiosity is really important to me. I've just always been this person that likes to question everything, that likes to learn. I love to learn from others.
Yeah.
When people come and ask me to solve a problem, I always ask them, well, what do you think? I really know that the people I hire in whatever expertise they're in know way more than I know. And so I try and really get them to blossom into becoming more confident in their own skills and making their own decisions. And I don't like micromanaging.
Me either. I'm horrible at that.
It's not fun for anyone.
Yeah.
I used to do it, by the way. I'm not going to lie and say I didn't, because remember, when my dad first passed away, everything I did was out of fear.
Yeah.
No, I didn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
I had to do everything myself. Delegating? There was no way I was delegating anything.
Yeah.
I had to do it all myself. And so that really had to change, because I will tell you, you cannot do anything all alone.
Yeah.
You got to let people in. You got to trust people. That really changed my way of thinking too.
So that's that's how you build your team then.
That changed my business.
Okay.
The first few years when my dad passed away, we were just surviving.
Yeah.
We were sustaining. That's what I was focused on. Growth was not in my vocabulary.
You just want to live.
I was like, growth. Like, don't make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't want too much change, too much rocking the boat. I was just like, okay. I mean, there was enough change, right?
Yeah. Big change.
So I just focused on sustaining and keeping the lights on and keeping being able to make payroll and making sure I understood processes, really understanding processes. I feel like I've done almost every role in that business. At a smaller scale, I've done every role.
Yeah, you have to play many hats. Yeah.
You have to do that too, by the way. You're never too big to do anything.
Right.
I do believe in that. So that was how I was operating when my dad passed away. And then it took 5 years, after 5 years of killing myself, killing myself.
I feel you. Yeah.
Killing myself. It's hard. I finally realized, and the person who really helped me is my husband.
Aww.
He said, "You've been doing all of this by yourself?" No.
Did you meet your husband when your dad passed away or later?
I met him 6 months before my dad passed away. He never got to meet my dad.
Oh.
But I knew we were going to get married probably, because when my dad passed away, he got on the airplane with me and went to Miami to deal with it. And
that was only 6 months.
How many men would do that?
He'd be like, "Sorry, nice meeting you. You might."
Peace. Oh, this is going to be drama.
Yeah. Wow.
It was really intense.
Wow.
You got to be a strong man or person to stand by someone.
Yeah.
Only being with them for 6 months.
Yeah. I don't even, nowadays.
I'm shocked that he even came.
Did you ever ask him what made him decide to jump on the plane with you and stay by you when this could be drama, and men hate drama? I mean, we hate drama too.
Hate drama.
Yeah.
No. Most men, they don't want to know. They don't want to see you crying. Like, they don't want to know.
It's
about,
like, I don't want to deal with this.
Oh, the other day I was talking to my husband about something that's been bothering me, and he's like, see, your problem is that you're talking about it. You need to just keep it inside. And I'm like, what? Dylan, no, that's the opposite. You're supposed to talk about it when it's bothering you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's your problem. You don't talk about it.
But hey, at least we have to give him credit. When he only met you 6 months, he did jump on the plane and went with you to Miami. And he didn't run or high. He still stick around. And that's how he ended up having you.
Well, and I know why he stood by me. It's because he lost his dad when he was young.
Oh.
And I think, unfortunately, it prepared him. Like, I think he was like,
I'm with you. I got you.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
And
that's really sweet.
But still, I think about that all the time. I feel like a lot of boyfriends of 6 months would have been like, I don't think I could do this.
Not even 6 months. I mean, especially nowadays, dating is so hard because everybody just want easy. And especially, the social media, we make everything look so pretty and fun, right?
Yeah.
So like, if they're looking at your social media, they would be like, oh, you did such a great job. You have a great team. Didn't really see behind it, like how this happened. I mean, you literally took over a business at age 25. We were 25 before, and we thought we know everything at age 25. We didn't know crap,
Yeah.
And then even now, as of today, I would still be scared, like starting a company. And for you to take over unprepared, everything just kind of like unexpectedly happened, and you need to make a decision there and then, like that's very courageous of you and brave to decide to run this, right?
Thank you. I think we're all braver than we know.
That's a good one. We all braver than we know, right?
Yeah, I think we are.
And then a lot of time we doubting ourselves a lot of time. So I'm just saying that a lot of time people see what is look outside, but they didn't know
100%.
what is behind it. And it take work because people
100%.
thought everything should be easy, but it's not.
Of course not.
you think I want to do all this thing?
No, there's so many things that I don't love doing.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So like now with VIPO is all over the place. So even in Asia, this distributor, what else? Like what will be your next goal, your next step, where you want to carry this to?
Yeah, so our next big goal is that we're moving.
What? Where you get moving to?
We're moving down the street.
Okay, I was
But
like, what?
We are renovating our dream office.
Oh, wow.
2 years in the making.
2 years. Okay.
2 years. It's 8,000 square feet, just our office space, just our corporate office.
Oh, wow.
But we have a section that's going to be for training. So we're really excited about having monthly trainings, like office hours for accounts, for practices, to come meet us in real life, to have space to learn advanced techniques.
Oh, I love that. So you can provide the training indication for other practitioner. Okay.
Exactly. And so we'll also have this space in the front. We're calling it like a showroom because it'll be retail, but not open to the public. It'll be by appointment only.
Okay.
And we're not going to compete with our accounts. Like we do not provide services. We're the manufacturer, distributor.
Yes.
So we're not going to be like a med spa.
Okay.
But we're going to have that kind of vibe in the front.
Okay.
So that we can have events.
Yes.
So that we can have pop-ups, so that we can film. We really got inspired. We were having an event in LA a few years ago, and I had to rent a space. And I'm like, God, I wish I had my own. I wish our office was big enough. We also outgrew our space. It was so hard to get everyone back in the office after COVID. Of course, like,
tell me about it. Yeah,
we got used to working from home. Listen, I'm a human too. It was hard for me too.
Yeah.
And then we ran out of space. Our office we're on top of each other, and so I'm like, this is not good. Got everyone back, and we don't even have desks for everyone. So we needed to find a new space that had enough space for everyone. This training area, I think, is going to be really
exciting. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then I think that whoever who's gonna provide the service, I will feel more comfortable if she or he get the training, right? And then continue have somebody to teach him the better technique and so on. So if somebody who wanted to get the VIPO, where can they go? Who are the distributor, or do we call the medical med spa and ask them to provide that?
Well, I mean, if you already have a med spa that you love, or a derm or plastic surgeon, you can ask them if they already carry it.
Okay.
But if they don't, we have a locator, and I think it's vipl.com/locator.
Okay.
And then you put in your address or zip code.
It would pop out.
And you can do like 5, 10, 15 miles.
Okay, I'm going to put that in our YouTube session at the bottom. So people, if they wanted to get the treatment, at least they can follow and then see. Because I would, if I ever going to do a peel, I would rather do something that I trust and is
you're going to come to our office.
Yeah, I'm going to go to your office.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like for
everyone else,
for everybody else, right? They wanted to know where they can get it from. So that would be great. And I can't wait for your office to be. Is it done? Are you guys moving?
When you guys moving? Supposedly we're moving in August.
Oh, that's great! Right after summer.
Just pray.
I know they're always behind. Trust me. I
pray to all the gods.
We have a studio here right now because my house is flooded, and let's not even go there. So it mostly takes a longer time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So okay, so August. So we're looking forward to your headquarters in August, and it's gonna be beautiful.
It's a dream come true.
Oh, I'm so happy.
It feels like such a dream come true to be able to design our own office and make a place that is beautiful and that the employees look forward to going to.
Okay. Yeah, no. So that's why I'm excited for you. And I understand like this 8,000 square foot and how you want to be in front like a retail place, like a med spa.
Yeah.
That would be so beautiful to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what would be, because that's your dream. And that already coming true. It's already come true. It's already happening. What would be your next goal? Like, what were you thinking
My next goal?
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Gosh, everyone always thinks that as founders, we're looking for an exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I am so not looking for an exit.
Oh, you're actually the only one so far on the show that is not looking for an exit.
I am not looking for an exit at all.
Really? Why? Tell me.
I'm 36.
Yeah.
I got a lot of energy left. I absolutely love what I do. Yeah. I love to make a company that people enjoy their jobs. I love working with our accounts. I love being creative. I love, making new products. I have so much more to make and do. I don't want to exit. No, I love what I do. And I think a lot of people, even when they're joining our company, they say, especially if they've come from companies that have sold or, gotten funded and changed, they want to know, are you going to do the same thing?
You're like, no, I'm here to stay just a little bit longer.
I'm like, no, I love what I do. And my husband and I work together.
Oh, how was that? You guys have to work together, see each other, and raising kids together.
I used to be the woman that would say I would rather be caught dead working with my husband. Like
that's what most people would say. That's
that sounds absolutely horrible. Like, no. It's interesting because we're unique because technically, my dad passed away. I inherited the business. So it's my business. It's the wife's business.
Yeah.
And he respects that. Oh. He respects that. He has 2 older sisters. I think they trained him really well. Like, he really respects women. Oh, wow. I feel super lucky that I have a man that really thinks women are amazing, like looks, appreciates them.
Yeah.
And I think he would say that we're smarter than men, honestly. Like, he really just thinks women are amazing. Like, he respects me in every way, shape, and form. And he's my biggest cheerleader. Aww. He really believes in me.
So he's definitely down not to exit, continue to grow, and come up with more amazing products. He says the same thing.
He's like, no, I love what I'm doing. We're having fun. I know it sounds weird, but we're having fun. And I still have my work-life balance. Like, I'm not killing myself. Yeah. I'm not. And I have help. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I have a nanny. She's amazing.
Awesome. So do I. Like, we need nannies.
People judge women who have nannies. I know. Like, how do you think I'm going to be doing both?
Yeah.
It's okay to have a little help.
Yeah.
it's okay. And when you spend the time, you're very committed and engaged.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Oh, trust me, girl. That's another separate topic. I get that a lot too. But then it's like they don't expect that from the men.
No.
If you and I are men
Yeah.
and running a company, we probably won't get those questions. Yeah.
Absolutely. They won't ask, oh, how do your kids get home from school?
Yeah.
Or what do your kids do after school? Where,
Yeah.
your whereabouts.
They never ask that. But
Oh, no.
if it's just you,
Yeah.
if you were women,
Yeah.
they would be like, oh, so how do you raise your kids while you're running a business? You get that a lot as a woman, I notice. So
I think also with my husband, it's very, and I hate using the word shared because the kids are both our kids. Like, we have to stop using words like that. Like, oh, my husband babysat for them.
yeah.
Like, what do you mean? They're his kids too.
Yeah.
What do you mean babysat?
Yeah.
Like,
It is his kid.
It's not a service.
Yeah.
So, and with Dylan and I, it's very much like that. This past weekend, I left him with both the kids.
How you do?
Okay, it wasn't the best weekend. I got home and he was like, "This was the worst weekend. They wouldn't stop fighting. Oh my God, they wouldn't stop arguing, hitting each other." And I'm like, "Okay, sorry about that." But the weekend before, I also left them because I was in Paris.
Yeah.
And they had the best weekend.
The kids.
They're kids.
Yeah.
And
simply.
so,
yeah.
it's great that I have someone that we share responsibilities in every way, shape, and form. He can watch both the kids, no problem.
So that's the quality you need to look for your partner, whether you marry or not, or life partner. That's what you need. Someone who's supportive and not just gonna run and hide when things happen.
Yeah, and I don't think we think about that. I mean, I don't think a lot of women are thinking those kind of factors.
Well, what would so obviously you've been married for many years now, like
8 years.
8 years. What would be the advice
Maybe
you
9
give?
years this year.
Is
9 years this
9.
year.
Okay, so 9 years this
This
year.
year.
Yeah. What would be the advice you give for your girlfriend who's looking for that special someone? Because they're not as lucky as you are.
Well, I mean, okay. One of my advice is not to judge a book by its cover. And that, love at first sight, sure, it might exist, but, first dates might not be perfect. I still think people need to give that human another chance.
Okay.
Just because the first date wasn't perfect, that happened with me, to be honest. Like, the first date, I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't. And I left thinking, oh, I'll never see that person again. Because I know, it's crazy. I was like, I'll never see that person again. That just wasn't, I didn't enjoy that. But then he invited me out again. And I'm like, truthfully, I had nothing else to do. So I was like, okay.
And look what happened 8 years later.
And that second date, he picked me and my best friend up with like bottles of champagne in the car. And we went to the horse racing track all in like fancy dresses. And I was like, okay, this is fun.
He thought about it. And he even take not just you and your best friend.
And my best friend.
Yeah.
I used to always take all my best friends on all my dates. Yeah, I know.
And then the fact that he actually opened to it and reject that's pretty good.
When I lived in New York, my best friend, my roommate, she used to come on all my dates with me. She's like, you have to stop doing this. I'm like, no, I don't want to go alone.
I used to bring my sister along and they hated it because I make them stuck. It's like they end up stuck talking to the guy.
I want to make sure.
Yeah. Especially for women, you never know. You want to be safe.
Yeah. But I would say it's okay. It's not perfect. Don't judge him because he didn't open the door. I don't know. There's little things that we get stuck on.
Yeah, we do.
It's okay.
Be open-minded.
Be more open-minded, I think.
I think that's what the dating coach would said too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but professionally, what would be the advice you would give or the younger self?
I would say it's okay not to be perfect because I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Oh, me too. I'm still not recovered, I don't think.
No, I'm not always recovered. I'm in the process of recovering.
Me too.
I have that little voice in my head all the time that's like, you should have done it this way. You should have said this. That was bad. You did this stupidly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And once I realized that being vulnerable, being authentic, making mistakes, it makes us human. Mm-hmm. None of us are perfect. Obviously, all of this is easier said than done. Mm-hmm. But as a child, I was a huge perfectionist. And so what it did to me is it made me quiet.
Yeah.
It made me shy.
Me too.
Because I doubted everything I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So
does it sound okay? Does that sound good?
Yeah. Am I be perfect? Oh, I can't say this. Oh, am I going to offend them? Which is, I don't want to offend people, but like, it's hard. You can't be perfect.
You can't be perfect. And it's okay not to be perfect, like you said.
It is. And that was a hard thing for me to come to terms with. Like, it's okay not to be perfect.
Well, this is a journey that we all have to go through. Yeah. And I can relate to that. And I think especially if somebody who's running a business, and a people pleaser, me too, you don't want to disappoint anyone, right? So, yeah.
Yep. And as a woman, business owner, I do think we're judged more unfairly. I do. Yeah. I forget a period in a sentence. And like
somebody gonna feel like
I get criticized.
You didn't put a period there.
And I mean, some of the stories I've heard of what men are doing out there, I'm like, apparently like this clothing brand that they have the documentary about right now.
Oh, I think I know which one.
I didn't even watch it, but I heard some of the things they did, and I'm like,
if that's the other way around,
if we did that, we would be so canceled.
Slammed.
Like we would
comment, negative, social media, it would be all over.
Yeah,
I know.
So I do think as women we're judged a little unfairly sometimes.
And then I think a lot of us always expecting us to be perfect because we feel the society expecting women to do everything, right? So then we feel like we have to do everything, and yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm so glad you're here, and then we can have this talk. I mean, I always wanted to sit down with you and have this talk because I see how you lead a team and your company have been growing so fast, and I can tell everybody in your team love working with you. And I just want to know the story. I just wanted to find out, like, because we hang out socially, but we never really have like a one-to-one to understand what's behind that, right? It's just like what we present to others always like everything is already done, but you didn't see how hard it is even to get there. So I'm glad that I have this opportunity to have you here and then share your experience with other, because I'm telling you, a lot of women can relate, and it was just so nice for you to willing to share and be open. That if your conversation can help other, and then make those women doesn't feel alone, and
that's everything.
Think that's everything. That's our goal.
That's really my goal.
Yeah, me too. So thank you.
Thank you. It's such an honor.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.